Good Wednesday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Happy that you're here. We have a little bit of fog to talk about this morning. We've reached the middle of the week. I don't know if you're dealing with sunshine fatigue, but we have more of that in the forecast today. Well, a little bit of fog, it looks like, centered around Middlesboro and over the Smokies and into the mountains of North Carolina. A couple of areas of gray would cover Union County, Granger County, perhaps even into Knox County, but at least at the airport, Mickey Tyson is reporting 10 miles visibility, and that's the maximum number you would see here. But down to 1 or less in parts of Claiborne County. I suspect that little white patch there might be centered around maybe anywhere from Speedwell back toward Tazewell. New Tazewell could be the issue where you have some fog, at least this morning. A little hint of it anyway. If you're on the call, would love to say good morning to you. I'm live streaming both on YouTube and Facebook. Would love to see what you're experiencing this morning. If you've already made it to work and you have a weather report, love to share it with you. No wind to speak of, and in fact the winds are very light even in the Smokies, so it's not that bad of a day. At least today, again, we've got temperatures that vary quite a bit. You wouldn't expect Jamestown typically to be 5 degrees warmer than Knoxville, but that's where we are. We're at 50. Fentress County, Jamestown's currently at 55 here at 6 o'clock in the morning. It is 6:41 at the moment. It's 53 in Crossville. And we have a temperature of 46 around Maryville, 45 in Sevierville. If you're on the call, we'd love to say good morning to you. I got a Steve Stone comment. He's always got the good morning, most mornings anyway. He says good morning with the sunshine and the happy face. We'll have plenty of that today. Thank you, Steve, for being here, and thank you for being on YouTube. We got Danny Feedback. He's here saying good morning. He's also got a note that says, hope you're able to get out and enjoy the weather. Absolutely. Go Vols. It is a bye week, but we look forward to that home game here with Kentucky coming up. I believe it's November the 2nd, but it's going to be happening occurring before you know it. Karen Roberts says good morning. She's got a weather report. She says it's 55 degrees in Fairfield Glade with a light breeze. Glad to have that report as well. And Darcy's here. She's noting at this particular time, Darcy Soar says, good morning, happy Wednesday, loving the daytime temperatures. It was nice. Yesterday we got up to 77 degrees, which is what I was expecting, but given the fact the normal high is 69 degrees, we were 8 degrees above normal yesterday. But meanwhile, the Fred Witchenbach update gives us a 49-degree temperature in Maryville, enjoying this beautiful fall weather, as he has noted. So glad to have you all here. One thing you'll note today with the temperatures varying, kind of varied start, because I could say you're starting in the 50s, but that would be a far cry from that. Look at Middlesboro. They're at 42. Well, it's 55 in Jamestown. So there's a bit of a spread, 13-degree spread between one part into the area. If you add Jonesville, it's even colder. They're at 41 at the particular moment. But that's where we are right now. You can see that there's not a whole lot of cloud cover to track. Some of those clouds that are streaming across the Great Lakes will stay up there. But I did have enough conviction this morning. After looking at some of the data, I do believe we will get a chance for a shower. And I say that, I guess cautiously, a passing shower on Saturday. I had been holding on to drizzle, but it looks like, yes, some of us might get a spotty rain shower or some drizzle. Maybe a combination, like a potpourri, but nothing like a downpour. I don't see buckets of rain in our immediate forecast. In fact, on the contrary, we'll be lucky to get a spotty shower on Saturday and probably be thankful for it if you happen to get one. 78 is my expectation for today. If we hit 79, like Kingston, that wouldn't surprise me. I think if you hit 80 in Athens and Tellico Plains and Madisonville and parts of Monroe County, that too would not surprise me. Generally, upper 70s will be the name of the game today. I believe we had 7 communities, 7 towns that hit 77 yesterday, as I highlighted in my video last night. But I think we'll be about a degree or so warmer today. In some spots, 79 for Middlesboro. You have a nice recovery from where you are now in the 40s, and 78 for a high in Crossville. So that's where I expect to be this afternoon. And are you excited? Because normal high, again, 69. Keep in mind that is, in fact, one of the typical days in late October. Again, normal high and low this time of year, 69.46. 83 is the record high. But you have to go back to Woodrow Wilson era, 1920. We have hit 83. I think we'll be at least 5 degrees below that today, but that's from 1920. And during the Ronald Reagan era, 1987, 88, we hit 30. Can you imagine hitting 30 degrees on this day? We've done it before, so that's some context for you. But at least for today, I fully expect that we're going to reach into the upper 70s for your Wednesday. We're getting closer to the weekend, no doubt. But oh yes, I want to talk about a change of season. Very excited about my winter weather outlook, which I will be posting in just a few short days. Just a few short days. My premium members are aware. They're excited. Some of them are really excited. They've shared that with some of the emojis and some of the memes that I've gotten, but I love it. The winter weather outlook. These are two expressions you don't typically hear from premium members. It's I wish someone had told me. I didn't know that was going to happen. If you found yourself flat-footed back in January, you know when we had 8.5 inches of snow, it was like 8.5 inches of snow. Well, people were flipping out, right? A lot of my premium members kind of like, yeah, I kind of have anticipation of what to expect. And if that's something that's important to you, whether you're a truck driver, a school teacher, or none of those things, but whether you just want to know what the weather's going to likely yield, this winter weather outlook is for you. I've put quite a bit of work into it already. I think I'm over 30 graphics already, so I'm putting this production together very, very soon. Would love to share it with you, but you got to hit the subscribe button at the top of my Facebook page and join us because we'd love to have you. Winter lasts more than just a week or a month. It lasts all season long, so it's just $4.99 a month. That's 16 cents a day. I think you'll be impressed if you sample us. Check us out. We are on Facebook. October highs, if you look at the extended almanac, I did mention we hit 77 yesterday. But we've had a potpourri of temperatures this month. I mean, you look back at the first full week of October, we had 5 days in the 80s. And then it kind of retreated back to the 70s. The gray boxes would be near average. But then it got sharply colder. As many of us know, we had frost, and we had frost. We had no frost advisories, but we had frost. During last week's cold spell, coldest day was, 57 there on the 18th. That's why it's a blue square. But we've jumped up now 20 degrees up to 77 just yesterday, and I think 78 is in the cards for this afternoon. So fall is here whether we like it or not. Some of us might be excited at the fact that this is the dry time of year where pumpkin patches and corn mazes can be enjoyed by all. The ultimate Doppler radar not showing any rain, in some cases just no clouds. The local Marco's Pizza is who sponsors my radar, and they're interesting to see. Nothing to see over the last 8 hours. We'll be keeping an eye on that this Saturday, where hopefully we'll get some rain. But in the meantime, if you're making lunch plans today, check out marcos.com. They are great community sponsors. They give back to No Kid Hungry. They're also giving back now to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. Don't know if you're aware of that, but if you order certain items on their menu, check them out at marcos.com. You will be actually giving back to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. They do donate back to the community, and they're very involved with the local community. By the way, the Magnifico pizza for less than $10 is delicious. That's one item that you might consider, but you can load it up with a deluxe. Throw on some green pepper, mushrooms too, if you so choose. But they're in Hardin Valley and Farragut. They're in Maryville, Fountain City, and Halls. They're in Oak Ridge, Middlebrook Pike, and Ebenezer Road. And I also love the Pizzoli for a lunch idea. If you haven't tried one, they're less than $6 with the PEP code. I believe it's, Pizzoli. They use the code Pizzoli. You'll get it for less than $6. Just pick out the favorite one. And my favorite's the pepperoni and sausage. So check out marcos.com. Nothing to see in Tennessee, but surely it's got to be raining somewhere. I spy with my little eye a couple of showers, maybe north. I say north of the Great Lakes at this hour. Not a whole lot to see elsewhere. Maybe some thunderstorms off the coast. As we've said goodbye to Oscar now, we had a tropical storm, it was a hurricane, named Oscar, but he's now a shell of himself. I believe he's now been declared a remnant. He's the remnant of Oscar now off the coast of the Bahamas. Right now, with October being a very dry month typically, we're in record territory. When I'm talking about 0.02 is all that we've had. And if we pick up another 0.02 on Saturday, we're still in the second spot. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the top driest Octobers out of 153 years. Where are you getting that? I'm taking the records that the Weather Service has from not only McGee Tyson era, but before McGee Tyson Airport. They had records in Knoxville going back to the Ulysses S. Grant era of 1871. So when you look at these numbers, and we've only had 0.02 as of yesterday, and what if we got another 0.02 on Saturday, if you're lucky, it could fall, but maybe it doesn't fall at the airport. You're still in the second spot for the second driest October. Surely that's got to have some value for those who are trying to keep their grass lawn green. It's hard to do when you have one of the driest Octobers on record. And certainly we had a dry October last year. I believe it was the 10th spot. It was like a little more than 0.6. But even if you get less than a half inch, that's a pretty dry October. Typically we get 2.5 0.81 inches. What chance do we have to get some rain? Well, let's take a look. This is some of the data from this morning, and you can see that it is dry as can be, right? Today, tomorrow, but Saturday puts that about 0.02 in Knoxville. Some might only get a drop. Some may not even be able to measure it. I think this is generous. These numbers you see here through 5 o'clock Saturday. So I left a 20% chance of rain now for Saturday, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Some would say, did it rain actually? I didn't see anything. Some will say that. That's the experience I think you'll have, and you will have no problems, no need to carry an umbrella. I think that might be premature on Saturday. It's smoke as far as wildfires are concerned. You can see the clock here. This takes us through 5 o'clock today, and there's a hint, maybe a hint of haze in the atmosphere. It's a very light remnant of smoke that might be from nearby or far away wildfires. Some of that is pushing out of the picture by tonight, and look how it just kind of gets out of the region. So once this front comes through, and it will come in with a little fanfare, most of the smoke, wildfire smoke there in yellow, south of Atlanta or in parts of the Carolinas will push out, and it will actually be a beautiful day on Thursday as we have more sunshine and no smoke to worry about. Remnants of Oscar, I mentioned he's no longer an issue. As of 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I think they declared him just a tropical depression. He was poorly organized yesterday morning, as we pointed out, but that was enough for the Hurricane Center to say, we're done, we're not going to track this storm. So it's still moving out there in the Atlantic, but it's not going to cause any problems for, perhaps not any problems for any boats, any cruise lines. They might have to redirect. But anyway, Patty, Raphael, and Sarah. We haven't said the name Sarah in a while. Sarah is actually on the deck for the next 3 names if we get there. Hurricane season officially lasts until November 30th. I got a little note from Marilyn. She says, good morning, happy Wednesday. What allergens are in the air? Well, typically a little bit of smoke. Most of the ragweed has gone down, but certainly that was probably because of the frost. But there are people who might be ultra sensitive, Marilyn. And if that's you, I hope that you'll feel better. I know that the frost typically takes a lot of the ragweed out of the atmosphere or out of play. It may not have been a hard frost for some. We haven't had a freeze, but it could still be out there. Wanda Post says, good morning. Be glad to see your winter outlook. Hope there's a lot of snow in it. Thank you, Wanda. I'm excited to share it with you. Very excited to share it with you in just a matter of days. Tyler Wiseman, also on here. He says, good morning from Tellico Plains, and glad to have him here. And I got a note from Karen Robbins. She is actually praying for rain. She believes that this would be something that we could use, and I think she's right. We are definitely in or overdue for some rain. We haven't had some really since Helene made her mark across East Tennessee. 7-day outlook for the Hurricane Center doesn't show anything new, so right now things look quiet in the tropics. Few clouds may pass early this morning, but I think most of it's just some patches of fog. Sun's up at 7:50. And it's now 6:53, so we've got, another hour? A little less than an hour. Can you imagine? You have to wait 10 minutes to 8. 10 minutes to 8 o'clock just to get the sun up. Oh, yes. And if you're curious, we do change the clocks on that November 2nd, November 3rd, really Saturday night, Sunday morning. We will fall back. And then everybody will be discombobulated because in 1 hour, it's just an hour, but it tends to throw people off. Just an hour can feel like your rhythm is off. And with the sun going down tonight at 6:50, those days are, in fact, pretty short as we head through October. Warm sunshine this week. Spotty rain and drizzle on Saturday. That's my best chance for some rain. I'm afraid it's not going to be much. As we've indicated, it's probably less than 0.2 in spots. But a bit cooler on Sunday. We should be in the upper 60s to around 70. So 70, even still, would be cooler than today, because today we should be around 78. Temperatures right now, 62. Significantly warmer, don't you think? In Nashville, they've got a southwesterly wind. You can see the red arrows. You see the red arrows? That's why, with a southwest wind, Memphis is 12 degrees warmer now than we are. And to be fair, Johnson City is 20 degrees cooler than Memphis. They're at 42. So where you see some blue areas from Roanoke to Johnson City, it's a bit chilly, but certainly warmer in Shelby County out west in Memphis. They're at 62. And Paducah, 63 to start their morning here on a Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, it is now 6:54. Current temperature is 50. We have no wind to speak of, and there may be some patches of fog where you are or perhaps where you're going this morning. Here's my valley planner. Again, average high is 69. We should be about 9 degrees above normal. It'll be a sunny and warm day, and by lunchtime, if you want to have lunch outside, might be a good idea if the allergens aren't bothering you. As Marilyn Bell noted, she's having issues. But if allergens are not a problem for you, 68 at lunchtime looks pretty good outside with some sunshine. Precipitation chances, I've added the 20%. We went from drizzle to 20%. So what you're saying is we've got a chance. We got a chance. It's not much, but it's a chance, right? It's more than what we had before when I felt like drizzle was an overstatement. And maybe it turns out to be overstated, but 20%, I think we'll take what we can get. Storm Prediction Center is fascinating for me. When we get some of the light green areas, they are in patches. These are all determined by the Storm Prediction Center. But the lightest green, as you'll see here in the legend, says no severe thunderstorms. Just general. General thunderstorms don't even have a label, and they don't have a spot anywhere in the country today. That's unusual. That's extremely unusual, but maybe more of a signature of October. Because we know when we get into November and December, we get into what we call the second season for tornadoes. And yes, I did say tornadoes can occur in November, early December. It's a second season. Why would that occur? Because you're bringing colder air from the north and you get a clash of warm and cold air. And it's like it's springtime all over again, but it happens in November and early December. So don't be flat-footed, so to speak. Don't be off guard because we have potentially severe weather going into next month in December. Meanwhile, tomorrow, that's Thursday, the Storm Prediction Center does have some severe weather. Isolated severe storms for our friends in Des Moines, Kansas City. Kansas City's a great place. St. Joseph's, and it looks like Davenport. So some areas in Iowa, Missouri have the potential for severe weather tomorrow. Clearly, we don't even have a cloud. I think most of it's just sunny for your Thursday. And Friday, a couple of general thunderstorms may occur in St. Louis as well as Indianapolis, but nothing going on here Friday. It's a mostly sunny day. So here's our futurecast. Here's the forecast in kind of a graphic view. High pressure parked over Alabama this morning. By midday, there's a weak front. Yes, it's starving for moisture. It is a moisture-starved front that comes in with no rain. No rain and hardly any clouds. By tomorrow morning, there could be some fog. And yes, patches it may be. It'll be a sunny day tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow should reach into the mid-70s. I have it at 74. So 74 is nice, right? In the wake of that front. Then on Friday, it might rain in parts of Kentucky, but we might have rain envy. Like, why are they getting it? Well, the front's up to the north, and it may produce some rain showers there, but I don't think it's really an issue until we move into Saturday. Saturday might have a few specks of rain on the backside of this front as it appears to be stalling over Huntsville, but that may produce just a spot shower on Saturday, but not much more than that. Once the front moves south of us, it's game over for rain for a while. Sunny and warm for a high temperature today. It's now 6:57. Going to wrap up things. Sunny and warm with a wind 3 to 8 plus. It will pick up gusting, I think, over 15 perhaps for the afternoon. 78 for a high in Oak Ridge and Clinton. I'm expecting a high in La Follette, Kerrville at 79. If you're in Seymour, about 78 today. Dandridge, 78. Dandridge and, say, Jefferson City, 78. 76 for Morristown. White Pine, our friends in Fairfield, Glade, and Crossville at 78 for a high temperature today. Got a note from Janet Potts. She says she's one of the cooler spots, only 45 in Talbot this morning. Have a great day, everyone. Glad to have you here, Janet. Thank you for that weather report. As we're 50 at Knoxville, there's a bit of a variance today. A little bit of variability. And Ed says good morning. Have a great day. Glad to have Ed here. Glad to see his smiling face as well. Great to have you on the call. It is 6:58. Let's go ahead and get to the rest of the forecast. If you're traveling today, you might be on the road or maybe have some loved ones that are on the interstate. If they're headed west, Nashville, Memphis, mid-80s. If they're heading north, Lexington, upper 70s would match us. And if you were headed south toward Atlanta, low 80s. Charlotte looks like about 80 today with more sunshine for them. Here's your forecast for tonight. We're down to 50. It's a mostly clear night. No surprise there. Patches of fog late. And then again, we're looking at light and variable winds. If they're moving early, it'll be out of the southwest. Tonight's lows will vary. As we heard from Janet, it's a little cooler in Talbot. I suspect Talbot will be around 47. 47 in Morristown tonight. 46 for Wartburg, Morgan County. Loudoun County, Lenoir City, 49, and about 49 for Maryville, Alcoa, and Wares Valley as well. Well, Athens may drop down to 48 first thing tomorrow morning. So that's our tonight expectation. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. It does turn a little bit cooler tomorrow to the tune of 4 degrees. And then it bounces back up to near 80. I have us at 79 on Friday. But then Saturday, I'd say it's probably partly cloudy for a good part of the day with that opportunity for a spot of rain or some drizzle. But don't get too excited, as it'll be gone pretty rapidly Saturday night. Sunday, 68 to near 70, back in the mid-70s Monday and Tuesday. So those are my expectations this week. A few clouds next week by Tuesday, mid-70s. By the way, we're also live streaming on YouTube. If you like and prefer that platform, check us out, youtube.com/@CaptainAccurate. It's free to be on that channel. YouTube is a great product, a great platform. Some like to watch a lot of videos, and if you're there already, you can find my information there. Also have the Captain Accurate Weather app. It's free. With Pete Michaels Traffic, you get all the National Weather Service alerts plus 3 extras, plus lightning alerts when it is storming. And it's free. You get the local traffic, the local weather. I think it's a great product to have if you haven't downloaded it yet. By the way, my winter weather outlook I mentioned is going to be out in just a few days. Very excited about the information I've been able to uncover. Like I said, I would hate for someone to say, I wish someone had told me about that, or I didn't know that that was going to happen. Yeah, you avoid all that if you decide to sign up for Premium, because Premium is one of the cool things. You get a lot more information, not just a winter weather outlook, but you also get a whole host of other things and insights that I share with my Premium members throughout the day and evening. You're the first to see every snow forecast this winter if you decide to sign up. It is a very easy process by hitting the subscribe button on my Facebook page. You're the first to see every forecast. We focus on weather that goes beyond the next 7 days, so if you like to see trends, you like to see weather maps, I give them that too. I give them a whole host of things each and every day. Most every days they have some insight of what's happening, what's coming up next, so that weather doesn't surprise them. They also get more Facebook Lives, typically on a Sunday, to help them plan for the week ahead, and they receive fewer ads on Premium. So I'd love to have you join us. Again, it's just $4.99 a month. That works out to 16 cents a day. To me, it's the best bargain of weather in East Tennessee. So check us out. We'd love to have you sample us. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.